Hello, this is Mr. Boomer here yet again, and yeah, I'm a bit bored and this is going to be a bit unscripted this time around, but I'd like to explain how, what they should do in the future with about what films should they use for the next Spider-Man film, or even how the trilogy should work and stuff, and all that. Yeah, so let's get going. The first one, it will be more likely with this one, but I believe they are most likely gonna go with the Green Goblin as the main villain, cause he is the main arch nemesis of Spider-Man after all. And like how in The Dark Knight, how the Joker was the main villain in the sequel of in The Dark Knight and not in Batman Begins, which is a good move. And the fact that the very first Spider-Man film, which was back in 2002 with Tobey Maguire and William Dafoe and etc., the Green Goblin was the first villain. And I liked how the fact that the Amazing Spider-Man did not use the Green Goblin at all. But if you use the Green Goblin in here, it'll be quite good, because they mentioned a lot about Norman Osborn in the film, and Oscorp was like a big part and stuff, so you could possibly use him there. And okay, it's a bit of a spoiler alert for those who haven't really read much of the Amazing Spider-Man comic strips, but in one of the comics, the Green Goblin actually kills Gwen Stacy. So if you do that in the sequel, much like if it's done right and they did it on the bridge and they have like an emotional fight, this, that and the other, and let the Green Goblin know about his true identity before the Goblin's death and stuff, that'll make it work. It'll be a lot better and stuff. So yeah, if you can do that, then after the death of Gwen Stacy, you show Mary Jane coming out at the end credits or after the credits of The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and make her say, "Hey Tiger, you hit the jackpot," and that will be brilliant for all the fans. Even I would like that. And then there goes the third one. And also, if the Green Goblin dies in this one, then you could send out the new Goblin, or Harry Osborn could have like a drinking problem, like in the sequel and stuff, and you can do that and make sure that that he becomes the Green Goblin this time around, not the new Goblin. That looks a bit stupid. Or the Night Surfer, as what Sam Raimi originally wanted him to become, instead of the new Goblin. But you know, if you do that, that'll be quite good, and that's more likely going to happen in the sequel, I believe. The second possibility could actually be Venom, who is one of Spider-Man's most relentless foe, and now is currently an anti-hero, which is why a lot of people like Venom so much. That can actually work if done right, because by the looks of it, the Amazing Spider-Man is more kneeling to the Ultimate Spider-Man storyline in some ways. And in the Ultimate Spider-Man comic strips, originally Peter Parker's dad, Richard Parker I believe his name is, like kind of forgotten, he did create the symbiote, which was made on Earth, so that it's meant to be a suit which could cure cancer. So if you make that happen, then that'll be quite good for Peter to learn more about his parents, which will be one step forward to knowing the truth, which is what the trilogy's mainly are going to be about. So, oh, and make sure Eddie Brock is more bulked this time. Get a bulked actor. Alongside he still has the blonde hair, he's still a rival, this, that and the other. And make sure Venom's more bulked, as in the symbiote, as in when he's Venom, make him more bulked, make him more intimidating, menacing, this and the other, and make sure he's not, well, annoying and stuff. But if you do that, then you could probably show the dying symbiote in the post-credits, after the credits even. You could show the dying symbiote that's somehow surviving from the battle, and you can make it produce the Carnage symbiote, which could lead up to Carnage for the third film, or lead them up to a Venom spin-off, which I heard might happen eventually. So if you do that, then that'll be quite good as well. However, that one seems quite unlikely. Well, it can be likely, but you know, it's not going to be as likely as the Green Goblin theory, that's it. So yeah, Venom could be another good possibility for a sequel. Then it could lead up to Carnage in the third film. And in my opinion, I don't think it will work if you have both of them together in one film, because it'll be all over the place, unless you do it right. So if you do it right, while having the Green Goblin and Venom at once, if you do that right, it'll be quite good. But it's gonna take a lot of time to actually figure out about this one. Like, maybe at the beginning he finds the symbiote, or maybe, no. Actually, he fights the Green Goblin first, or something. Fights someone, gets who's trying to steal the symbiote. Symbiote attaches itself to Spider-Man, yada yada yada. He acts like a jerk, even to Harry, who he's saying he should man up and stuff, which could make Harry had this goblin drug problem, like in the comics. That would be quite good, actually. Making Parker push Harry so much that he can take the goblin serum, which will be quite good. So after that, maybe he finds out he's been too much of a jerk, so that he actually tears off the symbiote or something and stuff. And it's quite tougher than it seems to actually manage to get the Green Goblin and Venom story and together, because where would Venom come along? Quite interesting. Unless they'll probably he fights the Green Goblin as symbiote Spider-Man in the end, tears off the symbiote right after that, after Gwen Stacy's death. Yeah, then again, no, because if you do that, then that'll be mimicking the Sam Raimi's third film where Venom appears, and there'll be no possibility on Carnage appearing at all, unless he appears in the Venom spin-off. So, yeah, it is very tough and stuff. So you can barely think of an opportunity for Green Goblin and Venom to appear unless it's thought of well. A definite minor villain for the Amazing Spider-Man, so that he can fight time and time again, I would suggest Electro, and make it like he was the one that killed Uncle Ben. Well, I know it didn't really happen in the comics, and I know it was a bigger, yeah, I know, but the Joker didn't kill Batman's parents in the Tim Burton's Batman, but it still worked. And if you can do the same thing with Electro being the one that kills him, that'll be quite good. And it'll be kinda interesting to see Electro, cause I want to see Electro somewhere down the line, making it like he's the one that killed the parents or something, or like he was working for the person that kills his parents, or being his boss, or has some chemistry somewhere about about killing Uncle Ben and stuff. So yeah, I want Electro somewhere down the line, in the sequel or even the third one. I'll be happy with that. Another minor film that I want to see somewhere down the line in the trilogy is the Vulture. I don't know how he'll fit into any of this, but as long as you see him or whatever, that'll be quite good. However, there'll be better views with Scorpion. However, it seems unlikely, cause, well, the Scorpion did die in the Amazing Spider-Man video game. However, I'm not sure if that's canon or non-canon. So if you bring in Scorpion, if that's non-canon, then yeah, it'll be nice to see Scorpion and Vulture together. But or maybe Rhino as well. That'll be quite good. Bring in Rhino if that game's non-canon. But I think, a bit off topic here, but I believe that the game is probably canon, because of it was based right after the establishes, well, spoiler alert, Captain Stacy's death. They did establish that the Lizard, or Dr. Connors, whatever you prefer, is in jail, etc. So yeah, I think that this game could be canon. Anyway, the Vulture would be a good minor villain. So bring the Vulture somewhere down the line, cause he is a good villain, and I want to see him somewhere. Which I kind of regret on not putting him in the top 10 Spider-Man villains. I might remake that sometime, but I'm not sure. Or, speaking of which, actually, back to the murderer of Uncle Ben's killer. I think that Cletus Cassidy should be the one that kills him, because in the comics, Cletus Cassidy did kill a lot of people, even before being before even becoming Carnage. And it'll be quite. Then again, he is a serial killer, but he can change things a notch. So yeah, Carnage would be a good person to actually kill Uncle Ben, because they'll actually link up. It can end the trilogy quite well if it was Carnage that killed Uncle Ben, and the fact that oh yeah, if you use the Venom in the sequel and then lead up to Carnage, that can be an emotional fight, and it could end. And then after the climax of the third film, it could actually bring things full circle and stuff. So yeah, if you're using Venom for the sequel, make Carnage the one that killed Uncle Ben. If you're gonna use the Green Goblin, make sure it's either the Hobgoblin or Electro that killed Uncle Ben. Either way, that'll be quite good. Oh, and speaking of which, Hobgoblin, yeah, you could actually lead up to him in the third film as well if you're going to use the Green Goblin in it. So that'll be quite good, interesting. And on a note, I'm not really that into the Hobgoblin so much, but I won't bother. So.